Hello there, friends and family. Welcome to Nanaba's Kitchen. Today on the menu is my minced turkey and vegetable stew. Super easy and quick, yet very nutritious and delicious. This stew has been such a lifesaver in my family because, like most of you, I wear many hats, so I have to manage my time properly. And that's where this stew comes in handy because it stores very well and pairs with almost any dish you can think of, such as rice, any pasta. And if you're watching your carb intake, you can serve it as a lettuce wrap. Friends, I'm so excited to share this recipe with you, so let's wash our hands so we can start. For this recipe, friends, you're going to be needing some fresh produce, beginning with some carrots. So I'm going to finely dice my carrots. My goal is for my vegetables to blend into the final product. One of my children is very fussy when it comes to vegetables, so it will blend in and he wouldn't even know it's there. So I have my carrots, and then I also have celeries, finely chopped, as well as some onions. And then I have my string beans or green beans, also finely chopped, just like so. I also have some sweet corn that I will be incorporating into the dish. So here we go. All of our ingredients are prepped. Now I also have the star ingredient, the turkey, and it is finely minced already at the store. So in this pot, I'm going to pour in some oil. And then I'm going to sweat my onions as well as the celery. So this is one large white onion finely chopped, and 2 celeries also finely chopped, and I included the leaves because there's a lot of flavor in there. I'm going to be adding some salt to get them sweating, and I'm going to cook on medium heat for about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to be introducing my bay leaf so that they have a chance to release their beautiful aroma into the sauce. Now here comes some garlic, which I'm going to mince directly into the pot. And friends, as always, the ingredients and their quantities are listed right in the description box for your convenience, so make sure you always check that out. Now I add some black pepper, white pepper, chili flakes, that was ginger powder, as well as turmeric. And you're going to just stir all of it in and cook another 1.5 minutes, not exceeding 2 minutes. These onions are going to caramelize, as well as the celery, and then we're going to be adding our homemade tomato sauce. This is 10 cups of homemade tomato sauce. So that goes in. If you don't have homemade tomato sauce, no problem. You can always use the canned one or fresh tomatoes. So now you put that in and then you stir it up and you cover it. Turn your heat down to its lowest setting and let it just simmer down. While that's happening, we're going to work on the main ingredient, which is the turkey. So in a separate pot on medium heat, I pour in some oil and I add 1 large white onion finely chopped, as well as 1 stick of celery also finely chopped, a pinch of red pepper flakes just for a little kick, and then some salt to begin layering my seasoning and also to get these ingredients sweating. Then I add a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. We're going to cook for about 2 minutes. And then I add my curry powder. And the curry powder is homemade, which I use a variety of spices to create. So it's super strong, and all you need is just a little amount for that big flavor. So once you add it, you're going to cook for another 1 minute, stirring constantly, and then add the meat. Now for the meat, you may use the turkey as I'm doing. I've also used minced beef before and it was so delicious. You may use minced lamb or even minced chicken. It will work just as well, whatever you like. So add your meat, and I am looking for that finely scrambled minced look and texture to the meat. So once the meat joins the pot, I want to prevent it from cooking into big chunks, and that's why I went in with that tool. So you're going to combine all the ingredients in this pot, And then you're also going to let steam finish the cooking off for you. So I'm going to cover the pot once I get all the ingredients combined. And then for about 10 minutes is what it will take to cook it the rest of the way. While that's happening, let's check on the tomato sauce right there. The oil is beginning to resurface, and so we know our simmering is happening just accurately. So yeah, you want to stir it and then take the lid off for it to continue to simmer down. Now checking on the meat, we're almost done cooking here. So I go back in with that tool because again, I am looking for that finely minced look and texture. And this tool helps so well with this. And look at the broth we formed here. Very tasty, delicious juices here. That's the look I'm going for. That's the texture I want. So turn the heat off. We cooked the meat for about 15 minutes and the stew is also ready. So now we're going to combine both components. Just like that. Look at how rich the stew is. You know this is going to be flavorful. And you can tell this is a big batch. Yes, when I make this dish, I don't skimp. I go and buy a whole bunch of ingredients and make sure that I make a big batch because again, I'm trying to save time. I'm always on the go. I don't have a lot of time to always be cooking. So when I make this dish, I make sure that I make a lot of it because it stores well. So keep on cooking. Once you've added both components and combined them, you want to continue to cook for another 20 minutes. So they simmer down together and the flavors become one. Just like that. On low heat. And now we're going to add our carrots. Now the carrots take a little while longer to cook than the rest of the vegetables. So that goes in first. And you're going to stir it in and cook for about 3 minutes. Just like that. And now we're going to add the sweet corn, which is going to bring us that surprise burst of sweetness in this very savory dish. So it's just perfect. And stir that in, cook for another 1 minute. It doesn't take long to cook sweet corn. And then the last ingredient that's gonna go in will be our string beans or green beans. That doesn't take long to cook at all. And really, you don't want to overcook any of these vegetables because keep in mind, you're going to be storing it if you make a big batch. And every time you reheat this stew, you're going to be cooking the vegetables some more. You don't want to destroy the nutrients that you work so hard to incorporate in this dish. So keep that in mind. So once I add my string beans, I just stir it in and then I turn the heat off and let the residual heat complete the cooking. We're done. It took about 45 minutes to cook this stew. How quick and how easy is this? How practical also. Look at this big pot of goodness. It's gonna last me and my family a little while. So just take a look at that. Mouth-watering goodness happening here. And I served it tonight with my rice. And this is broken rice and I use turmeric to cook it, so that's why it has that yellow look. You can also serve it with some pasta. And it was just so good. And I'm telling you, my 5-year-old son, he's fussy when it comes to vegetables, but he ate everything and he wanted seconds. And I had it with some romaine lettuce as a lettuce wrap. And just look at how fast that went. Yes, it is good. Thumbs up to this. Try this recipe. You're going to love it. And the rest of it, I stored with my food saver and I vacuum seal it just as I'm doing right now. So I'm going to pour the rest of the stew into these bags and vacuum seal them. And this is how I store any food I cook in excess. I love this food saver because it stores food for very prolonged periods of time. So it's a great investment and I recommend it. So then I flatten it out so that it stores in stacks in my freezer to save space. And I also date it and I write down the contents, because you all know when food freezes, they all look alike. So there you have it. And then the rest of it, I am going to store in this container here, because it's going to go into the refrigerator. Because believe me, the children are going to ask for some more tomorrow. So yeah, that goes in the fridge and the rest goes into the freezer. I hope that you are inspired to try this quick, easy recipe that's so practical. Your family will absolutely love. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you would pair this beautiful stew with, and what kind of vegetables you would use, what kind of meat you would use. Thanks again for watching, for your love and support. Make it a great day, my friends and family, and have fun, especially in that kitchen.